Welcome to How Far So Far with your host Brian. New episode. Before I start anything, I just want to say Merry Christmas, Happy New Year.
Happy New Year.
A lot has happened. I was gone for almost a month.
Yeah, where you at?
I was Christmas, Christmas,
Christmas.
Christmas. What's it called?
Holidays?
Christmas holidays.
Yeah.
For the people that don't know where I come from, people gone partying since I don't know, December 24th. And they come back on the January 6th. Like by January 6th is when people start showing up on their houses. By January 10th, everybody should be home. So that's kind of how I live my little holidays and whatever else. It's what it
Turn
is.
up thing.
Follow us on Instagram, Snapchat. Listen to the podcast on Spotify, Apple Music, and watch this video on YouTube. And support the Fling. We need money. COVID. Don't say that word anymore because, then they come with all the restrictions and shit on the videos. It's fucking disgusting. You already know what it is. New day, same host, Nathan, me, and we got a new guest. Introduce yourself, my friend.
Hello. I never know how to do this. My name is Shay.
Your name is Shay. Hello, Shay. Tell them, you got quite the following on a few social media platforms, a.k.a. YouTube. You're big on YouTube.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I wouldn't say big, but I'm flattered.
Okay. Do you how are you on TikTok? You big on TikTok?
I haven't been on TikTok. No, I don't even know how to use TikTok that well. It's pathetic.
What do
I'm
you
shocked
mean?
right now.
Yeah.
Shocked.
I'm
I
a
feel-
consumer of TikTok, but as for putting myself
Listen,
on TikTok, I have yet to
I
do
feel
so.
like TikTok will be like your numero uno.
Booming on
Everybody says that, and I'm like, I don't know why I'm not taking the opportunity. I'd rather focus on other shit.
If you racked up X many thousands of followers on
Mm-hmm.
YouTube, TikTok should be a piece
that.
of
Yeah.
Yeah,
Easy for
you're
you.
absolutely right.
like super easy.
Give it a try.
I'm just dumb.
Now, Shaylin, let the people know who you are a little bit, what you do, what are you up to, what do you like, what don't you like, and why you here today. I mean,
Well,
if
you
I
forced me here against my will.
Wait. Bring that back.
What the
What
fuck?
do you mean force you here? Go
that's garbage. What do you mean I forced
Totally
you
kidding.
here?
I wouldn't be here if I didn't want to be.
Okay.
So thank you guys for having me. I appreciate
blink
it.
twice if you need help.
But I mean, I've had a long time away from socials and just
Mm.
like human interaction, period. So I guess I'm coming back with a bang.
Yeah.
I
No,
just came back to socials and I'm really doing it with this.
For
It's
the-
a
for
big
the-
step.
for the people that don't know, Shaylin has a really interesting story.
Yeah.
I just feel like we live on a times where there's a lot of struggles. Like everybody struggles with a lot of shit, and Shaylin was one of them ones that made it out.
Mm-hmm.
I know you're going through your own process. You could talk in depth about what happened if you want to let the people know what happened, why it happened, and everything that led you there. And that's one of the biggest reasons of why I want to have you here in the show today. Also because I'm very ignorant when it comes to this stuff. Not that I don't know. I just don't want to be part of that
Don't want to
culture.
feed into that.
Yeah. I'm
Yeah.
that guy, like, whatever the fuck, for example, I was talking to this dude earlier today, and I'm like, I don't care what nobody's going through, because at the end of the day, everybody here grows up in a house. Doesn't matter how big, how pretty, you got a house. Most likely, you have at least one parent.
Right.
At least one parent.
I got it.
And and you go to school, you mingle with everybody else, you grow up on par with everything that there is. And then there is me. I grew up swimming in fucking sewage water. I'm happy as hell.
Well, that's what the
So this
the
is so
difference
so then in my head I'm like, okay, how bad could you struggle? I mean, I was lucky I made it here. I'm in a first world country now. Woohoo! Everybody else still back there. I still talk to them. It's not funny. It's not pretty.
Right.
They're having more fun than me. I'm full of now. I'm with y'all. I got all the shit, the anxieties, the
debt.
the
Problems.
I'm going bald. Like, you know what I mean? It's a problem. They
Right.
over there, they drinking. It's still Christmas over there. So and they got nothing. COVID hit. Oh, oops. COVID.
What's that?
Get sick. Oops.
Yeah.
Ain't nobody going to the hospital. Put some leaves off of some tree that they told you about, and then keep it moving. Ain't nobody dead.
Yeah.
So that's where, like, I want to hear from somebody that's been through it, and maybe I could, and probably not just me, probably everybody that's watching the show, that it's maybe on the same page that I am, could understand from somebody like you.
Yeah.
What the fuck is going on? What goes through your head, and maybe you're able to learn some things from me, and vice versa. I'm able to learn some things from you.
Definitely.
What the fuck happened?
So, based off what you just said, like, I'm not gonna sit here and say that I've had the hardest life, because absolutely I have not, and I've lived a very privileged life. I got my fucking retainers in, so if I start to list, I'm sorry.
It's okay.
You're good.
Even if
But-
if it start drooling, then we'll take we'll
the camera's far enough
put
away,
it
we
we'll
should be
put it on
okay.
page. If you start drooling, we'll put it on Patreon. we make more money. So
Oh, sweet.
go ahead.
Okay.
Go,
that stuff.
go ahead. Go ahead.
There's a niche for everything. But yeah, honestly, very privileged. There it is again, privileged life. And I just got to a very dark point, I guess we could say mentally. Just like a lot of things started to pile up. And whether it was family or personal issues, I just got to a point where I'm just like, I don't think I can do this anymore. Mentally, I can't handle it, and I don't really want to. And it was something I wavered on for quite some time. It wasn't like a premeditated thing. I didn't just like plan my suicide or anything along those lines. I woke up one day and I'm just
I
like,
feel like we skip a big part because we're talking like everybody knows what happened.
Okay.
What happened?
it was November 26th.
Okay.
You know, that date's going to be with me forever.
Yeah.
But I woke up one day. I had to work. I was working at a daycare at the time. And I'm just like, okay, it's 5 a.m. I don't want to go to work. So I called in sick. And I'm like, I think I'm going to go check myself into the mental health unit at the hospital because I'm just not doing well.
Okay.
So 5 a.m., text in sick, whatever. And then I go back to bed because I'm like, it's 5 a.m.
Yeah.
I'm going to get some sleep
Yeah.
before I go into the hospital. So at the time I was smoking a lot of weed. And for mental health reasons, don't get me wrong, I love weed. I still smoke weed to this day.
Hey.
But the way and capacity in which I smoke weed has drastically changed. So at the time, I was up, smoked a bowl, went back to bed. And when I woke up, I just felt like a shell of myself. I couldn't recognize. It was very mind, like out of body experience kind of thing where I was watching. I was almost like, it sounds so stupid to say it. But it was like-
I lucid dream, so I kind of
Yeah,
I kinda-
exactly.
I've had that before.
Yeah.
It means often.
So
bro. It's scary.
I wake up and, you know, the last couple of weeks leading up to this point hadn't been the greatest, you know, on the outs with my family. I'm a very keep to myself lonely human being. So I don't have, even to this day, a ton of friends. I have the only kind of friends that really matter and are like small quality friends.
Yeah.
But at the time, I just felt like I had nobody. And I was done, like so done.
Okay.
And so I had anxiety meds in my nightstand, and along with a whole bunch of other just like gravel random shit. And it was a fresh prescription, so there was more than enough in there. So I dump it out into my hand. I'm like, there's about 15 here. And I'm like, okay, I don't know if that'll do it though. So then I start to add the Gravol and whatever else. And I just make a huge cocktail of pills. This is not a 101, like how to do
This is
so.
not-
Like,
Yeah. People
Don't
don't
try,
This
don't
is
try this at
just-
home.
do not think
it
this is
didn't
what you
work,
do.
obviously. So
Yeah,
don't
yeah.
listen to me.
Don't
but
try this at home type shit. Yeah, I got you.
exactly. Disclaimer, just no.
Yeah.
But I took the pills and I went back into bed. But prior to that, you know, I had, you know, showered, got myself ready. I was actually wearing these leggings. So shit. Didn't notice that until now. I'm starting to relive it. But I put on a cute little outfit because I'm like, this will be my last one. This is what they find
This
me
is
in, you
going-
know?
Oh wow.
Yeah, really morbid, horrible
God
shit.
damn, this is a
I don't
TV
wanna
show.
laugh.
Yeah.
I don't
no,
want to
I
laugh,
need
but like the shallowness of this shit. You know what? If I'm gonna go out, I'm gonna bang it.
I'm glad she can laugh about it. now.
Hey, I'm happy.
We're glad you're here.
No, definitely.
Yeah,
So
go on.
am I. You know, that wavers in the day, but I'm definitely glad to still be here. But I took the pills, and at the time I was living with my grandparents, and so my grandparents, neither of them are very well. So I was almost like a caretaker in a sense for them as well. So like they couldn't really get into my room, nothing like that. But my brother also lives there, still does. And he had gotten home from work that day, and I can't even remember what time it was because the entire day is a complete blur. But he ended up finding me in my bed and just completely and utterly out of it. I have no recollection of it, but he's like, something's not right here. So he called my mom, whom at the time I was not speaking to, but she came. And the only thing I can remember, like, after that, I can remember my brother, like, nudging me, trying to be like, Shay, yo, like, is everything
Like, get
okay?
out, yeah.
Exactly. And after that, literally nothing until I wake up to my entire family, like, hovering over me. It's like, I'm laying in bed, I'm looking up, and my mom's there, my brother's
Where
there.
were you
my
at this
sister's
point?
there.
Are you
Yeah.
just
Still
still in
at
your
the
room?
I
house?
was still in my bedroom at
Okay.
this point.
Dang.
That's the 26th.
That was the 26th,
Okay.
yeah.
Yep.
And so after that, I just fall asleep, and I don't remember a single thing until I woke up in the hospital.
Okay.
But the interesting part about that is a lot actually happened during that time, and I just have absolutely no recollection of it.
So this is the stories that they telling you, like they telling
Yeah,
you. Okay,
this is everyone telling me what happened when I just was under the assumption that I
You
saw
passed
them all
out,
in my
yeah.
bedroom. You know, they called an ambulance. I remember being in an ambulance, but like again, I was passed out, so it's
Yeah.
only like a 2-second memory of that. And then just being in the hospital, waking up in the psych ward.
So let me ask you a question. So was it overdose, basically, or
Essentially, yeah.
Essentially, okay.
Yeah. I can't remember the exact amount, but it was enough. And the doctors were like, we don't know how you did it, but you did it. And there's a reason why you're here. And there's a reason why, like, whatever, that kind of cliche, like, you know, you made it. Like, there's a reason you're supposed to be here.
Oh,
kind
that
of
like
thing.
everything
Yeah,
happens for
yeah.
a reason,
Exactly.
right?
The
Wasn't your time to go.
The shrinking shit.
Yeah.
shit. So what did they say you did? Like, were you like
So
bouncing off of
apparently
walls
I
and
was
shit?
fully conscious. You know how I said I showered, got myself ready, did my
Yeah.
hair, makeup, whatever. Actually, I don't even think I did my makeup, but whatever. I got up when they were all there. They're like, we're calling an ambulance. Apparently I went and took another shower, and they heard banging in the shower. And so they went in and saw me just laying flat on my back in the bathroom, on the shower, just like
Yeah.
water pouring down on me, no big deal. And some way, somehow, I get up, I get redressed because apparently the first outfit was not good enough. And then I go back into my room, and I have no recollection of this. So
So this is
even
people
talking
telling you
about
what
it
you
now,
did. Jeez.
yeah, even talking about it now is kind of like trippy. But I went back into my bedroom, and my mom tells me the story. It's just weird. Apparently, I was like not wanting to go, so I was holding onto this pillow, and she had to like pry it out of my hands. And she, as a full-grown, like very strong woman, could not get the thing out of my hands. And so she actually got to the point where she lifted me off the bed while trying to get this pillow because I was holding onto it so hard.
Yeah.
No point to that story, but like
Yeah,
apparently that's the thing that
It
happened.
does give a very vivid image of the day for sure.
Yeah, and then my sister, I'm pretty sure, can't remember if it was my sister or my brother, but I know I had dropped, or I heard a bottle of pills drop on the floor, or so they say. And so I got on my hands and knees, tried to crawl under the bed and grab the pill to further do it, because apparently I was still conscious and knew it, even though
So you
I
really,
did not.
really wanted
You just blacked
to.
out,
Yeah,
but
blacked out,
your
but I'm
subconscious
still
was
there.
trying to finish what you started.
Trying to finish the job, essentially, yeah. Got into the ambulance, and one thing that the only thing I have somewhat of a memory of was something I'm very just like not content or proud of in any way, shape, or form, but based on the circumstances, I'm not saying I get a pass by any means, but considering my state of mind and just the fact that I was not in my own body at that point, I went to Snapchat. And I was in a hospital bed. This is before they took my phone away. And I hate even saying this because it makes me almost seem like a horrible person.
Listen, I don't know.
But like, I would never encourage this. Think it's okay. I think it's horrible that I did so, even in that state of mind.
Yeah.
But I did what I did.
Listen, I'm gonna say
Wait,
something
hold
right
on,
now. I'm gonna say
hold on.
something.
We're skipping
What's up?
some. What
Let's
you
give
do?
Oh,
did I do?
okay. My bad.
I posted a story of just like a picture of a hospital bed or some just saying that I'm in the hospital kind of thing, like every bitch does. And I said, suicide attempt backfired. Period. Rude.
Okay.
And posted it.
Now let me get into something.
Now I need a drink.
But it's, you know what? I'm glad she's admitting this and open about it, right?
Yeah.
Thank you. Because this is the state of the world that we live in right now.
You're in the
Right?
middle of fucking dying.
Middle of fucking dying, and you still want validation. Like, that is, in a sense, like being vain to this like nth degree. But I'm not blaming you. That's the society.
No, this
that
is the
live
world
in.
we live
That's just
in.
the world we
This
live in.
is-
And
this
like,
is
yo, to the
where-
point where like, man, you had an attempt on your own life against yourself, and you thinking, yo, where's my phone? Where's my phone?
Yeah.
I gotta post this, because at the end of the day, you will get people responding to you, right?
Yeah. Oh, and I did.
Right, of course you did, you know, because people are gonna care and stuff like that. But that's the part that makes you feel good, is that validation and people making you
The
like, oh, you know,
recognition.
Shay, what happened to you and stuff. But then what I'm realizing that we're lacking is like the self-love. Like, you don't need that validation from people. You get it.
From
Like, true love
yourself.
comes
Yeah,
from
yeah,
yourself,
yeah, yeah,
right?
yeah.
But
Yeah.
again, this is a great for to share with people, and I'm glad we're doing it on this pod, because, you know, life is serious. Like, we joke around on this pod a lot and stuff, but it's good to have, like, you know, serious topics like this and having people come and share their story.
Yeah.
You know, and I appreciate it, because, yo, life is serious, and this kind of stuff does happen. You know.
For me, it's more like, fuck. In the sense where, like, life is a struggle from the beginning.
Yeah.
You have to first of all, everybody that's alive, you have to fight your way out of some pussy.
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't know. You gotta say it like that. Though.
No, but
You have to fight your way out of your mother. You can't say it like
no,
that.
no. You gotta fight your way out some pussy. First of all, there's blood involved and all the shit. You come out crying, swinging.
Cut the umbilical cord.
You know what I mean? They gotta cut you off, and if you're a male, they probably chop your wheelie right away. Like, bunch of bullshit.
Yeah.
And then you die. Could be peaceful. You could be sleeping. You're dead. You know, you had an easy
Car accident.
You could have been in a fucking car accident. You could have fucking had cancer. So life, from the moment it starts to the end of it, the very end of it, is a fucking struggle. That being said, the one thing that was important to you was the social media and your
In my subconscious.
crazy self at that
yeah.
time.
Mm-hmm.
And then I wonder, was it anybody like in that circle, the people that saw the story and that had something to say, like shaming you in some type of way, talking about like, oh, she's probably doing this for attention, whatever.
Oh
the case
yeah,
may
a
be.
childhood best friend actually.
Damn.
Yeah, who's been since cut off
Damn.
because I don't put up with that shit.
And
If you know me, you know that was not something I would ever do or have the intention for a like. I'm not trying to kill myself for attention because like what the
Yeah.
fuck am I going to reap the benefits from if I'm dead?
you don't. You're dead. You're
Hello,
gone. See ya.
like that's almost common sense to
Right.
me. So when I heard those words come from somebody that I, loved and whatever,
You care about, yeah.
I was just like, how can you even call yourself a friend when you're going to sit there and accuse me of doing what I did for attention? That's the most disgusting thing. I can even
Yeah.
I can't even like figure out the words to figure out how I feel about that because it's just so it's rude. It's disgusting.
I
and
just had a thought. Sorry to cut you off.
No, please do.
And you know her or him better than I do. Do you think maybe they thought that because, like you said it in the story, like you went for the Snapchat?
What do I
Like, remember, like you posted, like, oh, in the hospital,
Yeah.
suicide attempt. So do you think they thought, like, well, if you had a suicide attempt, like, why you posting
Why you
about
buzzing
it?
on Snap? Yeah.
So you think they
It's
thought
kinda-
like that?
I
was
genuinely
it,
don't
or
even
was
know.
it, sorry to cut you off, or was it instead of asking how you're doing, they went immediately like, you just want attention?
I don't even know where that would have come from
Okay,
because
okay.
like we talked enough to the point where we're gonna keep it neutral. They
Nice.
already
She's not gonna
fucked
throw
up.
anybody under the bus. Okay, she still keep it classy.
Nah, she just 2022, you know? She using the pronouns and shit.
He,
Yeah,
her,
it's
he,
they.
him.
For this argument,
they.
it's they. I messed
Right.
up, but
Okay.
whatever.
It's all
Each
good.
their own.
They
but
messed up how many of them?
They
Shut
knew how I had been feeling in the like days, weeks, months leading up to this point. So
Yeah.
it's not like it would have been some she just did this one day 'cause she felt like it wanted the attention. They knew what I was going through and all the things that caused me to do what I did. And again, I'm like, you're not really my friend if you think that's something I would ever do, because
To
it's
just get
just
attention,
blatantly
right.
not.
Yeah.
Very blatantly obvious that I would never do so.
Right.
And they were also the kind of person that after I got out of the hospital, I spent a week in there, which it doesn't sound like that long.
Yeah,
But
it
when
must
you're
feel
in
like
the psych
forever.
ward with a lot of people dealing with the same issues, and
Yeah.
Oh,
for the
shit.
most part, like in
Yeah,
a
yeah,
more
yeah.
severe way,
Mm-hmm.
you gain a whole new perspective. And I literally felt like half the time, why am I even here when
Yeah.
all these people have so many worse issues than I do? And again, it boiled down to perspective at that point. But once I got out, they were the kind of person that would send me like 18 Instagram motivational quotes a fucking day and ask me how I'm feeling, what emotions I'm feeling that day, and just all this bullshit. And I'm like, since they're a family friend, I had my mom reach out and be like, hey, can you like tell this person that I cannot handle a lot right now?
Basically
I
say,
don't
"Fuck
want to
off."
talk about my emotions. I don't want to talk about how I'm feeling about the
Yeah.
suicide attempt. Talk to me as if I am your best friend, which we were, are, whatever. Just treat me normal. Don't treat me like I'm going to break. Don't treat me like, don't walk on eggshells around me. Just speak to me as I am a normal fucking human being, because quite frankly, babying me and just treating me as if I am going to break only makes me want to break that
Yeah,
much
yeah,
more.
yeah.
See, and I agree with that, because it's like, even getting you on here, I think if I message you, be like, yo, I know like you went through what you went through, but like, what you think? I literally just say, yo, podcast tonight, 8:30, reach.
Literally. And it worked. It worked this time.
I know what happened.
It
I
worked,
know
it
what
worked,
happened
it
to you,
worked, it
but
worked,
like,
it
why
worked,
would I?
it worked.
Why
Like-
would I be like?
Like, you're not gonna enable that shit. Like, hey, how you feeling? I just
Right.
wondering. Blah blah blah.
Yeah.
And maybe that's why she responded that today, because she's like, whoa, this guy don't give a fuck what happened to me. No, come talk about it on the podcast.
And here I am. So it fucking works.
And she's
Great.
here. I think if I would have went like, hey, I know what happened.
I know
are
you're
you,
still
are you okay?
healing and recovering from everything.
That's not what you
but
want to
like,
hear.
do you want to?
She's
Like,
right. Treat me
no.
normal. Yo, what you saying? You coming?
Tell me
Come
what I'm
tonight,
doing.
Reach. This is the address. Come.
Yeah.
Damn. Okay. I got work at 6. See you. I don't care. Come.
Oh yeah,
Right?
you work hella early tomorrow.
Yeah.
I
Where's
do.
that? In Stony Creek.
In Stony Creek,
So
yeah.
what you work again? What you do?
What do I do?
Yeah.
So I just started training to work in a bakery that hasn't yet opened in Brantford yet.
Okay.
Is it something like nice? Like, can you say what it is? Or is
Yeah,
it like
can you say the
or is it like
name, or-
is it like a franchise type shit?
So the
Can-
only reason I don't want to say
Okay.
exactly what it is
Yeah.
because given what I do on social media,
Mm.
OnlyFans, so on and so forth, my
Oh,
history
okay.
there,
Okay. we're gonna talk about that.
I'm still within my probationary period, so I don't want to
Right.
risk anything.
Okay, don't
if
risk
you will.
anything, but
What
you
do
can
you
tell me
mean
what
you're
the
in probation?
later.
Well, like your first 3 months of any
Yeah.
new job, you're on probation, and they can get rid of you for any reason, no cause,
yeah.
no anything.
Okay.
And I love this job so much that I
Really?
don't
Okay.
want to jeopardize that because I
Okay.
know I will have like a solid future there and I can bring a lot to
Okay.
the team. And I think I put a very good foot forward, like
Nice.
being there already.
Mm-hmm.
But, I never know how people might feel about
No,
things they've done in the
definitely not, no.
past or things that I might currently do.
So you're trying to wait for that 3 months and then they can find out what happened.
Exactly. The OnlyFans is coming back in a couple of months, so get ready.
Okay.
But
Okay.
yeah, so
No,
I
you
mean,
can-
there's not many bakeries in Brantford anyways. So like
Okay.
when it opens, it's not gonna be rocket science to figure it out.
Well, off the
But-
air, you can tell me all about it.
Yeah,
So, get the sneak
exactly.
peek.
Yeah, but for now, I'm loving what I'm doing, even though I have to wake up at like 4:30 in the morning to get to Stony Creek for work.
Yeah.
Mm.
I love it. Like I woke up this morning, I was so energized, just like excited to go make some cupcakes. Like it sounds so stupid, but I love
But that-
what I do.
I've always said this, especially this is how I treat my anxiety about life, because one of the biggest things is money.
Yeah,
There's a lot of shit you want to do, and there's the shit that
we
you
had
could
this
actually do,
conversation.
yeah,
and you have to make that decision at some point in your life. What do you want? Do you want to be happy or you want money?
Yeah.
You can't really have both.
No.
You can't. It's impossible. It doesn't matter what kind of shortcuts are like, oh, we'll make it work type bullshit you want to tell yourself. It doesn't work. It's either or.
yeah.
So even if you just make a minimum wage and you're just kicking rocks, but you're happy at your fucking bakery. This is the best like that you've ever felt with yourself. Do that.
No, absolutely. I couldn't
Like
agree
fuck
more.
it, bro. Like
Thankfully, it's not minimum. So I thought it was when I got hired, but I'm
Right.
like, you know what? It's doing something I want to do. And like, I don't know if I want to have my own bakery one day or what I want to do. But
Yeah.
as long as I'm content doing what I'm doing,
Yeah.
I don't care about the money. I've never, as odd as it might sound, I've never been a huge money driven person.
Okay.
Even with the OnlyFans, like I made so much money on OnlyFans.
Funny you
Do you
say-
think I'm
fun-
not
funny you
doing
say-
OnlyFans right now? Like,
funny you say that. Why then?
why what?
Why OnlyFans? If it's not money,
Yeah, it's a good
Why?
question.
Well, at first it was money. I
Okay.
saw the opportunity and
Yep.
I took it
Okay.
because that's when OnlyFans was just coming up and you know everybody was interested in it and I would get a influx of DMs
Okay.
of like, yo, you starting an OnlyFans, like, or do you sell nudes or whatever? And I'm
Bunch
like,
of simps, man.
I'm fucking tired of these niggas. I hate, man.
Fuck you guys,
I
man.
hate, man, because
no, I love you guys. You pay my bills.
Wow.
You know-
Okay, but let me ask you a quick question, and we're not gonna get into it. But
No, we're gonna get into it.
Okay,
Fuck that.
I love you guys. You pay my bills, but would you date those guys? Same guys? Would you?
Would I
get-
date a customer
or like any of
no,
those guys?
no.
that-
Anybody that in there. Listen.
Yeah.
that does
yeah.
OnlyFans
No,
themselves?
That's
or-
paid, that you know one of your subscribers. One of
Yeah.
your subscribers. Will you be genuinely into one of your subscribers off of the fact like, well, he's already giving me money?
No.
Say that
Bitch,
again.
nigga.
Say that again.
Bitch.
No.
Please say that again. No.
Look into the camera.
No,
No.
because there's no genuine desire. God,
Listen,
you pay
only-
It
her.
would be okay. So like the way I look at it is like my rule is no, but like
Yes,
there
yes.
could be the exception to the rule, but that is so rare. Like that's just not gonna happen unless you are a perfect human being.
There ain't no damn
No.
exception. She not doing it.
Yeah.
Period.
This is what I want to say right here. OnlyFans is the only store you get charged to window shop.
You're not wrong. You're not wrong at all.
You telling me how? Okay, hold on, pause.
Yes.
What's your subscription? Like how much?
Yeah, how much?
I believe it's been set at $17.99 for a while. And to be clear, it's USD. So
You at?
So that's about $20 a pop.
yes, they take. I
I'm
believe.
about to send this
Can't
fucking
remember how
cup
many-
straight to the camera. I'm fucking back.
I can't remember what their percentage is.
Right.
I can actually look right now. I have my
But
OnlyFans
but
active
like when
still.
you were doing it, there were a lot of like you were getting influx, no? Like,
yeah. So
God
for
damn.
so mine's only 17. Sorry, not 17.99.
Whoa.
They take 340, so I make 1360 USD for
And a
every,
lot
which
of
is
guys
still-
15 bucks,
buying
15
that
bucks.
shit.
Yeah.
So 10 guys subscribe. That's $150. How much
There's
is
also tips and pay per view.
pay-per-view? What are we viewing?
Whatever I
Everything.
want you to see.
Wait,
That's all up to
so
me.
I'm paying and you get to tell me what the fuck I get to see?
Well, essentially, it's called custom content. So after you pay for my subscription, I don't know if it's just like a kink or what the case is. Like
God
men
damn.
like feeling empowered to like pay
Empowered,
for certain
I have
things.
Power
pay?
to not get the pussy?
No, just or paying for a girl to do something for them. I have no idea how the male brain works in that sense. Because I mean,
Me either.
Pornhub exists, so like, why pay $17 to see my shit? I don't get it. I get it in a
Listen,
sense,
I don't.
but I
don't-
also don't.
we don't do this
No,
shit.
I don't get it. I do not get it.
I got an appointment after this. Like, that not OnlyFans? What?
This is what I'm saying.
I can film my appointments and make money off of it.
This is what I'm saying.
I'm not saying I do, but I can't.
The topic of my week is the fact that I discover that in North America, only 5% of men are getting pussy.
Yes.
5%
Good segue.
5%
5%
are getting.
pussy
of 5% of men
are getting pussy
are sleeping with women.
How is it that low?
Right.
because of you.
Well, it's
Flattered.
because men go on these sites and pursue these women to look at and beat their meat instead of actually meeting a woman and having intercourse with her,
Okay.
right? And there's also the fact
how about
that
this? What listen.
Yeah.
We used to have what's it called? It was called Backpages.
Oh yeah.
Now it's called
pay
now
for
it's
a
call something else, but I'm not gonna bait myself
Don't
out.
pay-
I'm not gonna ruin my own flex. I'm gonna gatekeep that one. Anyway,
If you know, you know.
if you know, you know. But even that, you bust a real nut with a real life being that talks to you face to face.
Right.
You could touch, is warm.
You still had sex?
Everything. Matter of fact, there was a shorty that I paid a couple times, and the third time we just started fucking for free. So it happens. It happens. And for me, listen, for me, it was about the thrill. I've bought bitches. I've done that.
See, that's what I'm saying.
I've
Yeah.
done it.
There's a thrill
And-
behind buying.
And it
I never.
and
done
it,
this,
and
so-
it was just about like, okay, I can't fuck Kylie Jenner even if I want to. That bitch kind of look like it, and she charged me
You
150,
squint.
150
So
for
it's like a.
150 for half hour. I meant that was it for me. It wasn't like I wasn't fucking nobody or like I was dry for a while. No, it was just like, well, shit, she fired. Like, $150. Give a fuck.
Niggas spend more
And I
than that.
had a run. That same shorty, I went twice. She knew me by name and who I was, and then one day she opened up to me. Oh well, one day we was done, and then I was about to leave. She said, "Where you leaving? You have somewhere to be?" I'm like, "No." She's like, "Okay, lay down, just talk to me." I'm like, "All right, fuck it." And then we started talking, and then the time that I booked her after that, like she let me go through the whole process. Like it wasn't no like from the text. No, I texted like, "Yo, you available?" She said, "Yeah, I am. How long do you want?" I tell her I just want half hour. She's like, "All right, come through." I rent. Usually, what you do for the guys for the noobs out there, you put the money on the table right away. You don't pay after. You put the money. So when I put out the money, she let me put the money in the table, and then before I left, she's like, "Here," and gave it back to me. And I'm like, "What the fuck?" She's like, "I'm having fun too." So I'm like, "All right, cool."
Okay.
We're not talking about that. Moral of the
Good,
story.
good.
Moral of the story. Do that.
Instead of paying for
Do
OnlyFans.
that, bro. $15 a month for what?
Well, here's the thing. Let me ask you this. Guys, hold on. Guys are paying $15 a month for your subscription, whatever. For all the guys that do pay your subscription, know you tell them what type of man do you even are you even interested in?
See, I am interested in a lot of men. Like the spectrum can be on one end or the other.
Or like what are the characteristics that you look for? I
No,
guess?
what's your like? I'm sold. Yeah, he kind of ugly,
like
but
the,
I'm
the
sold.
top like the top 5 things that like you see a guy and he has it all.
Usually there's one big one.
Yeah.
What's the one big
But
one?
like tell us.
I kind of mentioned it, but confidence is so unbelievably
Okay,
huge.
confidence is one.
And I know this might you might sound like a
No,
broken
it's- everyone's
record,
got a
but humor is another one. Like
Oh,
if
yeah,
I
you gotta make
cannot
it-
laugh,
you gotta
and
make
I
it- you gotta make
Yeah,
that laugh. You
funny
gotta make
guy.
that
yeah, every girl's got
Yo,
them.
chill.
Yeah.
I cannot do this stuff again.
Looks are obviously, I'm not gonna say, oh,
Yeah, you gotta be
personality is
attracted
more
to them.
important. I have to be attracted. Like if my pussy doesn't have a heartbeat, I don't want
Right.
anything to do with you.
If what?
And my pussy doesn't have a heartbeat.
Okay. I just did
like, let me clean this out. Wait, you said
fuck
your
you just
pussy don't have a
say?
what?
I did. This is gonna be one of the clips for the Instagram.
There has to be some form of attraction there. And I'm not going to sit here and say that I've never been with someone that I'm not attracted to because I can look back at my history and be like, Shaylin, the fuck were you doing? But attraction is definitely huge because I can't get it going if I'm not attracted
Yeah,
to you.
I mean, it dry down there. It's not a
Exactly.
waterfall. It's a Sahara Desert.
Yeah.
Like,
No, I couldn't have
different.
said it better.
Right. Okay.
So
Okay.
confidence for me is huge because I'm capable of making the first move. Like I'm cool doing that. But when a guy can take control and actually do that and not, because I can sense these things. Like I can almost sense when someone wants to do something, but they're not going to, or they're too shy to.
So you're
And
saying
almost,
okay.
it's so infuriating to me sometimes because I'm like, if you sense the tone well enough, you should know what you can and cannot do.
Hold on, time.
Obviously, consent's the thing.
Hold on. So you when you say like you can sense that a guy wants to do something done, you're talking about like you and him are in a room together and like he don't make a move. Is that what you mean?
Sure, yeah. Like
Gotcha.
if we're talking or having a conversation, sitting on the couch, and you've touched my knee about 18 times,
18 times. I
Like-
only need
I'm not
one.
touching your
or
knee.
just like
I only need one.
grazing my leg, or
and
just
I-
like touching my hand, or doing some like stupid. It's just like
I'm a-
that
I'm a-
for
I'm a-
so.
I'm a little old school. In the sense that
Maybe
I
I'm
don't.
just dating idiots.
No. Like I'm a little old school in the sense that I don't invite girls here, my house, to hang out.
Right.
I let them know straight up.
No. If disclaimer, if I told you, yo, come hang out with my crib, it's snowing outside and the plows are out. Snowing outside and the plows are out.
Right.
If I want to hang out with you, we'll go out. We'll go for a drink. We'll
Yeah.
take you out on a dinner, whatever. We'll hang out in my car. I don't care.
Yeah.
Whatever you're into, I don't care. If it got to that point where like, oh, come hang out with me, most definitely your titties are getting touched within the first 5 minutes of the interaction. If you felt weird about it, whatever, let me know. I'm a cool dude. I'm like, oh, you know what, my bad, but like I feel like you got to cut. Then like I ain't gonna hang out with you. We'll hang out another day if you want to though. Like and I don't want to seem like an asshole, but that's just where it's at.
Sometimes it's just like an unspoken thing. Like if
Well, that's the thing.
I know
Like,
consent again. Like it's 2022. Consent is a thing,
yeah.
but I fully and appreciate, respect consent. But
Yes.
if you're with someone and it's like a repetitive thing, how can you not know at that point
What
somebody wants,
it-
what the intentions are? And at that point, if you are just stringing me along or you're too afraid to make a move, it's almost infuriating and turns me off.
I rate you.
Yeah.
Honestly,
Yeah. If she's, as long as she's not lying, because you know women.
Well,
be
that's
lying,
the other
but
thing.
Yeah,
I
I'm
feel
a
like it's on the
lie.
shit.
No, because one thing that we know for a fact is that women love telling men what they want to hear. And there is some women out there that know exactly what we want, and they might not do it, but they're gonna say it.
Yeah.
Right.
To
I've
get
been
what
there.
See?
I've been shut down even recently. There was this one guy that I was talking to, honestly, like over a year. We'll call it a situationship. Whatever. He was like, we're done having sex.
Oh, he just told you
He
that.
took sex off the table. He's like, I want to be friends. I want to have intellectual conversations.
Oh, he was fucking on the bitch.
1,000%. And I'm like, I'm fucking other people too, so like it's fine. But he said that he appreciates being able to have a conversation with me, and he appreciates being able to have these intellectual
Yo, get the fuck
conversations.
outta here,
But what
pussy.
the
And
hell?
I'm like, you pansy ass, just do me. Like I can have an intellectual conversation with you, but I can also fuck you.
This
There's
one's strong
nothing
with
wrong
the-
with that in
this-
my eyes.
this
For
this
all
one's
the
strong with the
listen,
force.
Listen. I just wanna make a little parenthesis here, and this is going for some guys that I personally know, and if you
I know who.
and if you if it matches description, you know this is exactly for you. Okay, I'm not wrong. You see it. Go for the pussy. Just say what you want. See, you heard it. She's into this shit just as much as you are.
Yeah.
There is no like, oh, maybe it's just me because her pussy don't work and only my dick that works. No, bro. Most likely, she wants it just as much as you do, or sometimes even more.
Women usually want it more.
Stop taking
Oh, yeah,
bitches
we
on
do.
top of roofs to go smoke, bro. Stop
I know
doing
you're
that shit.
talking about, guy.
Stop
That's-
doing that
Hey,
shit, bro.
hey,
Bitches don't want to
hey.
hang out on somebody's roof. Bitches
That-
want to get fucked.
That's foul. I know you're talking about. That's foul.
Moral of the story. Let's just say you and I hang out. I
Yeah.
take you out for some drinks. Then we come back to kick it at my place. We're not alone. We're here with some friends. And the motive is my idea. The guy that took you out. Let's go climb the roof of the school over there and hang out.
Right.
What's your
thought process?
You as the woman that you are right now. What's in your head at that moment?
Sounds like a blast. Totally
maybe they
kidding.
said-
Like, are
maybe
we
they like
fucking
to
on the
do it.
roof, or are we just jumping off out of
No.
boredom? Like, what's going on?
We're just gonna go sit in the cold, just to
Yeah,
hang out.
no.
to be-
Anywhere there's cold, I'm just like, no.
Well, I
not
think
gonna
what Brian's
happen.
trying to say is
Yeah, I
that
know, but it's just
stop second guessing yourself. Women want to fuck just as much as men.
I like a blunt, honest man. Like, be upfront. Don't pussyfoot around things. Just tell me how it is. If you just want to fuck, say you just want to fuck. You want more than that? Tell me you want more than that.
That's
I
2022.
What do you
don't-
want? What do you want?
Yeah, what do you want?
Like, at this point in my life,
Yeah.
you know, I've never even had a boyfriend.
You want love?
I do want love.
How old are you? How old are you?
I just turned 24 in December.
You never had a boyfriend?
I've never had a boyfriend.
That's the other problem too. Niggas is on some bullshit, and that's your fault why you don't have a boyfriend.
I mean, probably, yeah.
No, and I'm not talking about. And again, it goes both ways. I'm here for the men them, but also I'm gonna give women a want to. You can't just go your whole life just giving pussy because maybe that's what he wanted. don't work. It don't work, and then it don't let you sleep at night. It's fun at the beginning.
Yeah, and then you
Hella
cry.
fun.
And you cry.
And then winter comes and you start crying.
Yeah.
Hot girl
Lonely.
Hot girl summer in Canada, 4 months at most.
Oh,
4
yeah.
months. Now you get 1 week in September. Maybe August. There's no hot girl summer here. What are you talking about?
So
Wise.
that's it. And understand that if you're not rich, you're not paying for anything about that man. The only thing you got as an advantage is pussy.
And I
if
like
you-
to think I'm a pretty independent person. Like, I've got my own money. I've got my own things
That's
going
fine,
for me.
but
I
that's
don't
fine.
need a
Hold on,
man.
hold
But
on.
guess what? Do you believe in gender roles?
To a degree.
Uh-oh.
Would you like a man that open doors for you?
I mean, I wouldn't say no, but I'll open
you
the door
do believe,
just
so
not.
you do believe in gender roles.
Right.
You do believe in gender roles.
Yeah.
That's what we're here for.
Right.
Okay.
To some degree provide for you.
And
Right.
it may have cut in. You see how you said, like, I'm independent, I have my money?
Mm-hmm.
We don't give a fuck about that.
That's a man mentality. That makes you unattractive.
Right.
Really?
Yeah.
Well,
it
I
makes-
don't
it
go
makes-
around saying that I have money,
No,
but
no,
like
but
I'm not
even-
someone
but
that will
even-
make a
but
man
even-
pay for
That's a
things for me or
masculine
do
trait.
anything like
we
that.
don't care
The mic.
we don't care about what money you make or like how independent you are. We
Mm-hmm.
like that's not what we look for. That's what you look for in a man.
We
Right.
wanna
Right.
we wanna be the nigga like fighting the dragon to take you out the castle type motherfucker.
I mean, I ain't doing that.
No, I'm not saying that that's what we want to do, but I want you to be that girl that's up there. And maybe I got in late to the party. Now you know you're being rescued already.
Right.
But you know that's the girl that I want. I want a little lady. I don't
Right.
want a nigga talking about let's make this money. Fuck
Right.
out of here.
I mean, you seen the movie Shrek?
Yeah.
Shrek, right? Shrek. Fiona was in the castle. Shrek say Fiona.
Right.
Right.
Nigga.
Like
Well, where the fuck's my Shrek?
I'm just saying, like, you know, like the damsel in distress, like, yo, men like feminine women. And in 2022, for some reason, women think like, oh, I got my PhD. Nigga, we don't give a fuck about that. How does that help me? And when you say, oh, I got my own money, your money's for you, not for me. So how does that help me, right? How do you, make my life better as a woman, right? Can you cook? Can you clean? Can you support my dreams, right? Can you if I have a business, can you do the accounting part of it? Like, I don't think women understand that men don't care about what amount of money you make.
I'm gonna jump
know?
in here as well. You know, just to follow what he's saying.
Mm-hmm.
Also, that whole like following a man's dream is so big. Because you gotta understand, I'm gonna support you as long as you support me, and it's vice versa. It's 50-50 completely. In order for a relationship to work, it's gotta be 50-50, not 80-20, no 50-50 all the time.
Yeah.
Like I have that problem. There's somebody, and that person has a problem with this podcast.
Oh, I know.
Not in specific the podcast itself,
Right.
but who I am when I sit in this chair.
Okay.
And even though, and I'm like, yo, this is a show. Like, you know me for the person that I am, and you know that those two people are completely different.
Right.
You gotta chill the fuck out. And even though she wants to support my podcast and follow it and like sharing with her friends, this episode would have been a fucking problem, a big fucking problem. And here I am saying like, us men were really really simple things. We could be mad at you at the most. The biggest big mad, fuming. Fuck yeah, you say that. And you're like, okay, well, like, can I suck your dick? And like, hey, bro, I guess I'm not that mad. It doesn't take much. It doesn't take much. So moral of the story is, females, just do what you're supposed to do. First of all,
What are we supposed to do?
Sex, silence, sandwich.
Oh, and I walk off.
I'm just playing.
Nah.
But it
sex,
do work though.
Sex for sure.
Yeah.
And just
I clearly need help.
and just be another human to that dude.
Cooperation. I'm gonna
That's
tell
it.
you.
Be another human. Like at the end of the day, just understand that. Yeah, we like sex. Yeah, sex is a big what could I say?
It's a factor, big factor.
No, but like
What?
in a sense of like men get distracted easily the moment sex is involved.
Yeah,
Like
because
we'll give up anything over
guy,
sex.
all the blood goes to the other head.
Right.
So
Sex is so big, but like at the end of the day, we don't attach sex to nothing else but sex. That's all that is. I don't love you because your pussy is nice or because your ass is fat. No, I love you for who you are. I love you for the conversations that we have. I love you for the shit you do for me. All those little things. Pussy, anybody could give me that, and it feels the same. My dick doesn't have eyes. It doesn't know where it goes. It just goes.
Right.
So, forget it. Women, just be a brethren.
let me
Be a fucking brethren.
let me ask another question, Shaylin. This is it might be deep, but it's whatever. We've had some deep topics here. Like I heard Brian say like love. Like what does that mean to you?
What does love mean
Yeah.
to me?
What does that mean to you?
See, that's a tough question because
Yeah.
I've never been in love. I don't even know what I would expect
Interesting.
of love.
Okay.
What have you been like? Okay,
I mean, you have love for
I
your
mean,
family, right?
full disclosure, like I've never done anything more than like friends with benefits or a one night stand. Like that's literally what my entire life.
so
has consisted
so
of.
nobody's ever taking you out on a date.
Well, I've gone out on dates, but not like there was only one person that I ever saw for like maybe 3-4 months.
Can I blow your mind a little bit?
Please.
And I don't know your background. I don't know the people you hang with, but I could tell you this. Somewhere in the friend zone, you left your husband. You left that kid that was gonna date you and love you forever.
I mean, probably.
No, like it's like
I'm
it's
still chasing the wrong one to
it's
this
a-
day.
it's a-
So
why? Like if you
I
that's
don't
because
know.
women. That's the thing
Bro,
I don't understand.
I'ma
You
tell you.
yourself know that this motherfucker
tell you.
ain't shit to you, and you still want to pursue him. Why?
Bro, I'm gonna tell you. Well,
I
she
wish
can
I
go
knew
first.
the answer.
You don't have the answer?
I think one thing that I've realized over time is just like I like the idea of someone that I create in my head, and I need to separate that from reality because
That's a good point.
I don't
Women
get,
are,
I don't get
it's
it.
a good point
I need
because
to-
women are delusional.
because I create.
Women are fucking delusional. Did you hear what you just said?
Okay, we are all male females. We are all delusional. Some of the
No,
great is
no,
not
because-
just females.
I'm gonna tell you why you're delusional.
Okay,
This is awesome. This is a good podcast. Women are delusional because you guys, we men go off of logic. You guys go off of emotion. So in your
I'll give you
head, you're
that.
telling yourself like, "There's a guy that's gonna love me. He makes 6 figures. This and that." But the
This guy
reality
broke
is,
the fucking joke. He's got nothing, and I still want him. So, like, tell me why.
and you want to know why you still want him? Because he treated like shit. You want to know why he treated like shit? Because deep down, you know the guys that are simping over you.
Well-
you're like, wait, I don't deserve all these free gifts and Fendi jacket.
I don't need a nigga to pay $17 a month to suck
Right.
the titties and not sucking.
Right.
I
And
don't
the
like
thing
when
is-
someone's simping because it almost makes it too easy and as if they want me. Like, I don't know. It just.
Because
I-
women are supposed to chase. Men are not supposed to chase. Men are supposed to lead. If men don't lead in the relationship, it will fall apart.
Yeah, I might be a little toxic, but like I like a little bit of
But
like
toxic
a chase.
is good though.
Oh, this guy gonna. Oh my
A
goodness.
little bit, like not in like a super toxic way,
Well,
but
yeah,
like
no, no,
there
no,
has
no,
to be
no, no,
some
no, no.
cat
A
and
little-
mouse
women do
to
need a
it. Like
little
I
bit
don't
of
want
drama,
someone
that's
that's just
true.
gonna bend over backwards for me and be
Nah,
like,
no,
okay, you're my
That's
wife. Like,
unattractive.
okay,
That's unattractive
no,
to
it
you.
is
He just
unattractive
bends
to
over
me.
backwards, right?
I
No.
want you to try and get into my phone and share and like
You
question
you
me.
fuck.
Ugh,
You
the moment
mess
I
up
have
for
to
that.
look at my man's phone is the
You
moment
mess
that
up
it's
for that.
over.
I want you to be like, get the fuck out of here, you motherfucker! I fucking hate you!
Guy, that sound like somebody I know. That sound like somebody that you was with. No, but I do agree with you that I think females. No, I know females need a little bit of drama. They do, or else the guy becomes boring. Like
Yeah.
you don't want a guy. You don't want a guy that's like just even keel, monotone. Because you know what happens. You can predict his schedule. You know he goes to work. He comes
It's
back
just
home.
repetitive and boring.
He plays the Fortnite. You
Let me-
know,
let me ask you something.
repetitive and boring is what it is.
Would you like? Let's just say you were dating somebody, and I'm just asking for a friend. Let's say you were dating somebody. Let's say you were dating somebody.
Oh, that seems like such a far off thought. But
Oh,
sure.
you're dating
Sorry,
somebody.
there's
You're
an
dating
inside joke.
somebody. You're dating somebody. You've been there with the guy for a while. Would you appreciate the guy being in your house? Like you guys don't live together. He comes to your house and he spends like 3-4 days at a time.
You piss me off.
I know what you're.
If he's spending 3 or 4 days at my house,
Yeah, you guys just chilling in there. You
4
know.
days out of the week.
if we're not doing anything, then I feel like
no, there is sex involved, like not all the time.
well, yeah, sex is fine, but I also like.
Oh no,
you know,
you guys are just indoors. Like you trying to fire, and the guy's like in there. You know what I mean? Like,
See, going back to my independent self, I
Yeah.
don't like being with someone I'm seeing on a constant basis.
what I'm trying
I
to
need
tell
time
people.
away from you to miss you, to want your dick and everything else.
perfect.
We finally had a woman say, "Yo, men out there, you need the girl. The girl has to miss you in order to think about you, in order to come back to, bro." 2 days max out of the week. 2
2022.
days.
How far is the fire? Fire! Fuck.
Yo,
God damn.
yo, man, you cannot see her that many times. If she asks you, baby, let's see you. How about you say, nah, I'm going to play basketball. I'm going to the gym. I'm going with the boys. Oh, I want to see you.
Doesn't that create a bad impression? The fact that I'm able to interrupt.
When a guy makes himself too readily available, then yeah.
That's why I try to tell mandem.
Like, I understand a man wanting to be around a woman if they're interested, but, like, you have to pace yourself because then it'll burn out way too quickly.
No, and for me, it's
and then you're
also
never
this.
going to get to the relationship
Well,
part. Then you can spend all the fucking time you want together.
But the thing for me is this. What kind of impression am I giving if I'm just available for 4 days in a row?
You got nothing going for you.
I'm a boring ass motherfucker. I'm
Yeah.
a loser. I'm a fucking loser.
Then now I'm the source of your entertainment, and it's like I don't want to be responsible for
if the
that.
man is available 4 days out of the week, you probably thinking, you don't have no job to go to, nigga. Like,
Yeah.
what you doing? You don't have no hobbies. You don't have no
I
friends.
mean, I have a very small list of friends, but I'm still not readily available 4 days a week for some men.
Shaylin, now
Like, I don't want to see you that often. I might love you, but like I don't want to see you that often.
I want to apologize
Okay.
beforehand because I might be getting into something
Oh boy.
that I shouldn't. But I think I should at this point.
Run it, bro. Run it. How far is too far?
Oh, super far. It sounds that you are very sexually active.
Negative.
Maybe not right now.
Okay.
Maybe 3 months back.
It comes in.
Whatever.
Waves.
You're still
That was a
active.
cap
You're still
already.
active. No, she's active.
Oh yeah.
How?
How?
Because of your biggest YouTube video. What's your biggest YouTube video?
It's the herpes video.
Yeah.
Right.
That was a flawless transition.
She cute. She cute.
She cute, but she has herpes. So.
I mean,
Perfect.
let me hold
So
on.
where should we start with this topic?
Right here, right now. How the fuck did this happen? What's in it for me? I find you attractive. I want to fuck you.
Mm-hmm.
I know you got herpes. What the fuck do I have to tell myself? What are you gonna tell me to do this?
What? So I mean, disclosure is a huge part of herpes, and I
Yes.
mean, if you don't tell somebody or you tell them after the fact, that's when the issue arises. Personally, I'm an open book. I'm pretty blunt. I don't have an issue telling people. Do I still get a little anxious sometimes?
Of
If I'm
course.
feeling someone, I'm like,
Yeah.
oh, well, maybe this will go one of
This
two
is- this is
ways.
gonna- this is
Like,
gonna be the deal breaker.
Yeah.
exactly. So I still do get a little bit anxious, but like once I say it, it's like there's so many other fish in the sea. Like it's not the end of the world. And if they don't want it, they don't want it. It's not meant to be. It is what it is. There's plenty of other
what it
dicks out
is.
there that don't care about the fact that I have herpes. And I have the research to prove that's a fact.
She got the receipts.
Now,
She got the receipt.
Even the ones that have said no at first have eventually come back around. So
Cause that ass fat. That's why.
at one point in time, she was. But
I checked it out. It's still there. Perky.
It's really depends on what the guy's feeling, really. 'Cause, like I'll tell you how it is.
what the fuck do you mean with the guy's feeling? With all due respect, ain't nobody walk outside and say, "Oh, I want a bitch with herpes today."
Yeah, it's if you like. It depends on your knowledge on herpes too, because
Zero.
like how much do you guys know?
Ignorant.
I don't.
Ignorant
No.
as
All
fuck.
know is
I
about,
know
like,
what
the-
it is.
All I know is about the herpes virus, like the cold sore that you can get on
Yeah,
your
Yeah.
leg. Like,
I
that's
know.
all I know.
I know what it is. I know what it does. I know it don't go away.
I know
Yeah.
Magic has it, and he's still alive. So
Yeah,
Magic Johnson.
But
pretty sure
but-
Usher. You know,
Usher
okay.
too.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. Usher got herpes.
No way.
Oh, a bunch of bitches
And a
came
bunch
out
of-
at one time and he got sued.
I feel like
Yeah,
everybody
but
in LA.
He's still fucking bare.
Yeah, that's
Got
fine.
kids, everything.
So,
Yeah.
so, how do we eliminate the taboo?
yeah,
First of
that's-
all,
nice.
can I hit it raw?
Yeah, I mean, it's personal preference.
No. Because that just sounds like fucking suicide. You're telling me that, well, if you want herpes, by all means, I'll let you do it. I ain't gonna tell you no.
No. Okay, I'll simplify it for you.
Yeah.
So I've had it for about 3.5 years now.
You're on treatment?
What?
You can't. Yeah.
The fuck? I thought this shit was the other day.
No, this was like years ago.
Yeah, that was the other day.
I mean,
But
these years are flying by, but
Yeah.
so when I was diagnosed, I have only ever had one outbreak, like the one that diagnosed me.
Yeah.
And when you get diagnosed, there's a lot of different options. You can either take a pill during an outbreak to shorten it, make it less intense, whatever the case may be, or you can take what's called like a daily antiviral. And because herpes is like a viral thing, the cells. This is gonna get a little scientific, maybe boring. I don't really know.
Schooling people here.
The virus itself can be shedding its cells. So even if you're not having an active visible outbreak, that virus that is in your body can still be shedding its cells, and that in its own can result in transmission.
Right.
Okay.
And so if you're not using protection,
So you can't know.
it's
Like if it's not visual, you don't know.
exactly. So
Right.
it can be visual, and
Yes.
obviously at that point, don't fucking have sex. Like
Exactly.
that's a given.
Yeah.
Plus, it's painful. So like, why would you want to anyways?
Yeah.
But if it's just like your viral shedding, that's what it's called. If that is occurring, usually after the first year after diagnosis, it goes dormant. So it's not really an active thing. And one thing about herpes, you get to know your body so unbelievably well that you can almost feel if something is slightly
So what-
off or oncoming.
Okay, this is
And then
what
at that point, you rule it all out.
So this is why okay. This is getting super fun right now.
Yeah.
So the pussy is normal?
Yeah.
Perfect.
I told you.
I mean, my most recent, the guy I've been fucking for the last year has never once used a condom, and he's A-okay. I've never transmitted it to anybody.
So then what
And
the
I
fuck
mean-
is the problem? This is like COVID, bro.
The way you look at it, you guys...
It's some bullshit.
Is that you get it as well?
See, you guys mentioned cold sores. When you
Yes.
see someone with a cold sore on their mouth, is it some, like, crazy big deal?
No.
Or is it
some
just like,
people it is.
it's kind of laughable at times, like if you got herpes, you got the herp,
got
whatever.
herpes, but it's more so like,
But
oh,
a cold
you're a
sore
little
is
sick, you're
herpes.
stressed.
Yeah, exactly. It's brought on by stress.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, my mom gets that shit
herpes
all
is
the time.
literally in the same family as chickenpox. So it's just a virus. And chickenpox, once you have it, usually
I had
that's it. But it can also, down the line, later in life, can translate to shingles.
Yes.
There's so many different variants of the same thing. And it's just the stigma around herpes that's the biggest issue.
Well,
Because
that's
a
it.
cold sore, not too many people will just broad, like, generalization. It's not that big of a deal. It's a cold sore. It's not that big of a
Right.
deal.
Yeah.
But I personally have HSV1, which is the cold sore virus, but I have it genitally. So essentially, if somebody had a cold sore and they went down on me, I now can have herpes.
Ah, okay, because the two mix in.
Exactly. But
Okay.
HSV2 is genital. I don't have HSV2, but that's the genital variant of it.
Right.
And so there's so many different ways to contract it that you don't even have to have sex to get herpes.
Right.
You can just perform oral sex or, whatever. It's so, there's just so little knowledge around it that people just don't know.
Yeah.
And they think, oh, well,
It's like
you have
COVID.
herpes, you're fucking
Hey,
dirty.
listen
It's
to
like,
me right
no.
now.
Oh shit.
How far too far for the
So you
people?
did-
How far
nah,
too far for the children?
For the children. So,
We teaching people out
moral
here.
of the story, you can date anybody, you just have a regular life.
You gotta let people know. That's it.
And
I've had a great sex life. And honestly, it almost got better because I became more, like, confident in myself. And just, like, the
yeah.
fact that,
Well,
I have this and he still
well,
wants to fuck
well,
me.
I-
Okay, let's go.
You see how women stay? You see how they stay? Yo, I'm telling you, if a man had this and say, yo, I got this, ew.
Oh my God, one of the hottest guys I have ever slept with had herpes too.
Was that the one gave you?
Hmm?
Who gave you? You know who gave you?
See, that's the tough part. I have a very good idea, and
idea.
it happened
you don't know.
it happened within 24 hours. So I slept with someone, and I was working the next day, and I just felt like I was literally dying, like UTI type shit, horrible. Like I could not even stand. It was so intense.
Damn.
And this person,
So this motherfucker didn't come forward and say, yo, it was me, my bad.
No.
A lot of people don't do that.
Well,
Exactly. And
it's
it wasn't
embarrassing.
protected. It was a one-time thing. I think maybe 2. I don't
See-
know
you
at
see how
that
people
point.
say it was
And
a
only,
one-time
But-
thing,
only the
probably
one time
two.
got you.
It took once.
Okay.
And like not worth it at all, but
Damn.
let's
hold
just,
hold that
it's-
thought in mind, because I got something. For
I don't
that.
have a thought. Go ahead,
No,
bro.
okay. So what I was gonna say is, number one, it's like, so that's the power of the pussy, because you can have HSV1, man, them still gonna fuck. Number one, that's first and foremost. Like, it don't. And the flip side is, if a guy had that, you said you did still, right?
Yeah.
But a lot of women would be like, no, right? And then what I also wanted to get into was,
I'm just blown away. The pussy is normal.
Did you think that it was like always in an outbreak kind of thing? Like
Listen,
what did you think it was?
I thought like if I wanted to fuck you, I was had to mentally get ready, be like, okay, this shit might not look pretty at all.
Nope.
I
Now,
just gonna
now,
have to
now,
do
now
this.
I know that ass gonna ripple the same way.
I
and
might have to like,
like Mortal
Dodge
Kombat
some
shit. Like,
shit.
get ready, fight. No, you're not fighting the pussy. You fucking it still.
Oh, man.
There's no
Normal.
fight. You
No,
fucking
she's normal.
right.
Like it look normal. You look at it, you're like, what you talking about?
Guy, you're
Yeah.
not gonna know. She
Nothing.
said something. It's asymptomatic. You can't see.
Yeah, that's exactly it.
That's crazy.
You know what I'm
bro.
saying? But again, shout out to Shaylin for sharing this stuff. It's
Yeah.
dope.
Super shout out.
But
we gotta have you again.
it's crazy just to think that like.
we do this every week just in case you're bored.
Yo,
If you're not
she's
baking
been
to
one
I
of
am
the best.
game.
She's been one of the best on here. For real.
Oh, the fucking best.
real.
The
Oh,
best.
shit.
The
No,
best,
for
the
real,
best,
for
the
real.
best.
But you know, she's scared of niggas for some reason. Like, I
Nah,
don't know,
she
like,
not. She not. She's
Not
right
now,
there, bro.
not now, because you know, like, oh, they don't
Nah.
bite. they ain't trying to fuck me.
No, oh, it probably was. It was probably one of those. Just like I was afraid of the thought of somebody's with herpes. You probably like, oh, what do you think it's gonna do to me?
Oh, I didn't think about that. Actually, let's get into that. When I messaged you to come on the pod, what was your? Because you said he was down, or was it that you were going through something, or it's like, I don't know this guy, like, you know, it's kind of weird.
I don't think I overthought it too much, honestly. I think I was just in a place where like even meeting
Yeah.
a new person was just like, and I was such a horrible place that even leaving my house was like, no, like I gave up a lot of things, and my
Okay.
entire life was just like
So it ain't
smoking
me.
weed to pass the time and going to bed, going to work, doing what I had to
Right,
do,
routine.
and that was it. And I just. Even though I figured, like, I'm having a grand old time. Like, this is fun. I love it. And, like,
Yeah.
I'm so mad that I didn't do it sooner. But, like, at that time, I was just very
I have-
anti-everything.
I have some bad news.
You have bad news.
That's a very bad news.
Okay.
So it's been an hour 20.
Has it
Oh,
really?
because we gotta cut. We cut
Yes.
it. Yo,
Holy
I could talk to
shit.
this girl all day.
for,
She
for
dope.
the sake
Yeah, I
of
know
you know
the camera time.
yeah,
yeah,
the
yeah.
time all that shit.
Yeah.
We
We're
can have
gonna
her
to
back
do that
on.
shit.
We can have her
But
back on.
We're gonna have a part 2.
Yeah,
Okay.
for sure.
Shaylin's life.
She's dope. She's dope. I didn't know she's this cool, man.
Shaylin, thank you.
Thank you.
Hold on, before you end it, like plug yourself again. Let the people know like where they can
All
find
your
you.
socials,
Yeah,
your
tell them all
OnlyFans,
your
all the
socials.
shit.
Quick.
I mean, Instagram is just Shaylin Victoria. YouTube is the same.
Yeah.
And OnlyFans is Shea Butter. You can find that link
Shea who?
on my Instagram. Shea Butter.
Because the pussy like butter, it just slip in.
I mean,
Yo,
lotion. There's shea butter and all the lotions. So, I mean, it all works.
Yo, this has been a fun podcast. We've been drinking through.
I
We've
like
been
this
sipping.
nigga. I personally don't like this nigga. I'll force the fart, guys.
Oh, man.
Yeah.